Hey everybody, this is Sharon with Threshold Homestead. I would like to welcome you today as I am doing this voiceover for this recipe that I made a while back. I do apologize for having to do a voiceover, but I whipped this together early one morning while Kevin was still in the bed, and I didn't want to set up everything and set up the microphone and the big camera and start talking. So I just went through the motion, recorded it on video so that at a later date, when I had a little more time, I could go ahead and share this recipe with you guys. This recipe that I'm working on this morning is a sourdough Dutch baby pancake. And I've been experimenting with some recipes from my sourdough starter, my gluten-free sourdough starter. And as you can see here, I am adding the eggs one at a time into my blender there to the top of the screen, and you'll see it more in detail later on after I add all of the other ingredients. So these are fresh eggs, and a lot of times on the weekend I'll make pancakes, but I just wanted to try this Dutch baby pancake, and I did. And I'm so glad I did because it turned out great. I enjoyed it so much, and in fact it makes a whole skillet, and I was able to save the leftovers and have them for breakfast throughout this past week. I just cut them into small triangles, put them in a Ziploc bag, and had one every morning, and it was a great breakfast quick breakfast to take and eat. So anyway, I enjoyed it. So there, if you watched the video, you saw that I added 6 eggs, and that was the first recipe to go into the blender. And I am adding 1/3 cup milk here, and this is whole milk that I used. I added a half a cup of sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and this is pink Himalayan salt that I use. One teaspoon of vanilla, and the recipe called for 2 tablespoons of maple syrup or honey. I did not have any maple syrup, so I used some of my raw honey, and I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know in the comments if you guys have tried a Dutch baby pancake. And, you know, since I'm using the gluten-free starter here, that makes this Dutch baby gluten-free. So have you guys tried a gluten-free Dutch baby pancake? If you have, let me know and send me your recipe. I might give it a try sometimes if it's different from this one. At this part, I'm pulling over my sourdough starter, and I had just fed it the night before, and I did not feed it before I put it into the mixer. After I got out the 2 cups of sourdough starter to put into my mixer, I did feed my starter once I got this into this skillet and put it in the oven. Now, you can't see it here because I just had the one camera going, but the first thing that I did was take, excuse me, 6 tablespoons of butter and put it into a hot skillet and put it in the oven and let that melt. So while I'm doing this, that butter's melting and that skillet's getting pretty hot. And here I've got all the ingredients into the mixer, and I'm just going to put it on. And guys, this was the first time I've ever used this mixer. I bought it back before I moved into the house that I live in now, and for a while it was in storage, and I finally got those things out, some of those things, and this was one of the items that was in storage. And how wonderful to be able to use, a brand new mixer for the first time. And I just mix this for a couple of minutes, not long. You can mix it as long as you want to. I think it might have an effect on how fluffy your pancake might be. But once this is in the mixer and you think it's whipped up enough to your liking, then what you do is just, keep checking it. If it's fluffed up enough and there, whipped up enough, you can take it down and get your skillet back out of the oven. And you want to pour this into a hot skillet that's got the butter in the bottom, and immediately put it back into your oven on 425. Your oven's going to be preheated to 425. And you're going to just cook it for 15 to 20 minutes in the oven until it puffs up. Now, one thing that I have noticed with the gluten-free items that I've been cooking, they may not fluff up as well as other floured recipes that you make, but it was still good. It was light and fluffy enough for me. So you just take it and pour it into the hot skillet. And, different ways that you can serve this, because you want to serve it right away. Once, about 5 minutes before I took it out, I had the other things that I had planned to cook for breakfast. I think we had sausage and maybe some grits to go with this. I can't remember right now. But you can serve this right out of the oven. That's when it's best. So about 5 minutes before it was done, I woke Kevin up and started his coffee, and we had a really nice breakfast that morning. And I'm so thankful that I did try it. And I hope you guys will try it. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you all.